Hello people, welcome back. So today I am just going to give you a quick run through of how to depart and arrive at a mooring buoy or buoy or mooring ball or whatever you want to call it. Everyone's obviously got sort of their own way of doing it. This is the way that I find the easiest. So if anyone's got a similar boat, similar size, that's on a mooring, you might find this video useful. I don't know. Bit of a schoolboy error for me. I forgot to take the safety chain off the front of the boat when I first arrived, so I'm going to quickly go and do that now. But typically, before you jump on the boat, I always just go straight to the front, unhook the safety chain, and then jump back on board and crack on. So let me go quickly do that for you now. Up. So on the front of my boat, I've got the two lines hooked around the mooring buoy, mooring ball, whatever, and down there I've got a safety chain as well. It's just in case the ropes were to sort of tether and snap or whatever. You've got that kind of fail-safe option there with the safety chain. It's never happened to me, it'll probably never happen, but it's just a little bit of peace of mind really. So get nice and close. Let me get a bit closer. Really simple. You just unhook these like that. Try and get that in the camera as best I can, and then I just tend to clip them together and just throw it over the ball like that. That's done then. And then when it comes to me getting back up on deck, I haven't got to worry about leaning right down and unclipping that chain. So I just pull myself back along. Don't go too much. The tide's kind of taking it down a little bit today as well, so that's not too bad. Get the paint up. So first thing I do, presume you've just arrived, you've taken the safety chain off, at the back of the boat. I just move the dinghy to the other side, and you'll see why in a bit. Let's quickly tie that up. That's not going anywhere. Right, so before I start taking the lines off the mooring ball, I will start the engine. Clip that on. And she's on. Just let it tick over for a little bit. Make sure the water's coming out your telltale there. And yeah, that water's spitting out quite nicely. So engine's looking good. Climb up to the side, and then yeah, it's pretty straightforward, guys, to be honest, people. It's pretty straightforward. I'll start by taking off the left lines first. I'll probably overdo this when I'm tying up, to be honest, but again, everyone's got their own way of doing it. This is just my way, and it's never let me down yet. So take these lines off. Good job. And then all it is, I just run it through, do it nice and quickly. The ropes won't get wet. Back in, and then it's just nice and simply tie it back around the cleat, and it just keeps your ropes nice and neat, keeps them in place, they don't go anywhere. Lovely job, that'll do. Right, so then the next part, and this is the well, not tricky part, but this is the part where you're going to have to hold on to the mooring ball. So we unclip the lines. We've got a nice calm day today. The weather's actually really nice, a bit cloudy, but the conditions are no wind, nothing, so we're good. Right, so once you've taken the ropes off, you are now literally holding the boat with your own free hands, the mooring ball. And what I do, stick it around the rail, make sure it's the other side of the rail. Very simply, there's absolutely no rush in this, no rush at all. Make sure you've got tension on the rope, and just walk it down nice and slow. Let's get the feet of the boat and just walk your mooring buoy down. The boat will come with, and then once on the back, I'll feed the rope through the cleat, and then very simply I just get a bit of rope on there. Once she's on, I'll just, it's a little bit messy, but it doesn't have to be perfect, to be honest, as long as you tie it off so she's not going anywhere. That'll do. Let the boat take the let the ball take the sort of strain of the boat, as it were, and then you're good to go. Yeah, you're practically good to go. Boat's not going anywhere, she's still secure. Oh yeah, before I forget, what we're going to do with the dinghy. So take this off, paint her off, and then I'll just move the dinghy. So looking at there's the tide. Tide's taking me sort of this way, so I can't really do anything about that. So it's not that strong, the current today. So move the dinghy around. Tide's pushing on it a little bit, but it's not that bad. Just get a little bit clear of the engine. Yeah, it's just important, just with everything you do on a boat, anything, everything, just don't rush. I find just take your time, and if you take your time, honestly, you just can't go wrong. So yeah, key factor, take your time. And then what I do with the safety chain that I showed you earlier, I just grab the safety chain, don't let go of the dinghy, it's very important while you're swimming back. Then with the safety chain, using one clip, you can see that, I'll just clip it, just clip that, there you go, there, to the bottom of the boat, or the hook on the boat, whatever, and then you can let your dinghy go, and you know that your dinghy's not going anywhere. So at this point, oh, it was all over the place, I'll hold it a bit more steady. So at this point, your dinghy's on the mooring ball, you're attached, and then as soon as you're ready to go and push off, all you got to do, take the line off, pull the rope in, you're detached from the mooring ball, you're away from the dinghy, put the engine in gear, and you're away. Glassy, absolute flat calm, and we're cruising at about 19-20 knots. Yeah, it's what it's all about. It's quite rare you get conditions like this, to be honest, but when they come, you've got to get out there and make the most of it. Look at this, it is just absolutely glassy all around. Absolutely unreal. Right, so we're just coming back from a day out, and so this part we're going to show you how to come back to your mooring buoy. So the tide's just turned at the moment, so I'm facing the right way. I want to be going against the tide. I do this because it's naturally it works as a sort of natural brake for me. Slows me down when I'm coming into the mooring buoy. So I'm looking at the position of the dinghy in the buoy now. So that's my angle. So what I really want to do, I want to really be facing towards the dinghy. It's kind of out to the side at the moment. So I'm just going to make a little manoeuvre. And again, you know, it's all about sort of taking your time, picking your right spot, and just making sure you're happy. There's absolutely no rush at all. So swinging back round to the dinghy and the mooring bolt. So there's my line of sight, and ideally I want to be facing into the tide here, but with the direction of the dinghy it's not really possible because we want to get alongside the dinghy. So we get it right down nice and slow into neutral, bit of reverse now just to slow us down, and that mooring ball is right alongside us. So jump out, grab your rope, and then all you want to do, feed her through the mooring ball, and then just like that we are on, nice and secure, tie up, and now we can just relax, chill out. We're on, we're secure, we're not going anywhere. Job's good and really. Obviously decent weather today apart from the sun, but there's no wind, The current in this part of the channel isn't that strong, in fairness. So when it does get a bit windy, a bit choppy, it can be a bit fun, should we put it. But yeah, you'd have to put maybe a little bit more effort into it. But it's as simple as that. Once you're on the mooring ball, you can just chill out, you can just relax. So next we want to sort the dinghy out. So take it off the safety chain. Run that round there. Now, what I tend to do, I tend to sort of work with the tide. I could drag it round the back of the boat, but the tide's just going to keep pushing the boat sort of towards me, and it's just going to be an absolute nightmare. So what I usually do, I just work with the tide. I'll bring the dinghy around the front of the boat, oh, big jellyfish down there, not seen one of them in a while. Just put it round, and it will just push up against the side of the boat, but it's nice and easy. It's not going to be going away from me, it's always going to be coming towards me, and I can just bring it down here, make sure I don't fall off, and then tie on to the cleat. It says, and thing is secure. So I normally keep the engine running just until I've pulled the mooring ball up to the front and hooked on. So we'll keep the engine running, and it'll be the same as departing the mooring ball, same principle. You're just going to be walking the ball up to the front of the boat and tying off on the front cleat. So same principle, get some slack, get more rope, everything goes on the outside, all the rope goes on the outside of the rails, outside of anything on the boat. Get a nice grip on the rope, and just again very slowly get the tension, let the boat just bring itself around nice and slowly, and just slowly walking the mooring ball up to the front of the boat. And this method is good because you're already on the rope's already on the mooring ball at this stage, so all you've got to do is feed it through the front cleat and you're back on your mooring. So go, line's tangled, go around the anchor. Oh no, not that way, I'm doing the wrong side. This way rather, around here, find your end of the rope, through the cleat, and then you're basically on. Pull the rope through. This ideally, oh hang on a minute, I might have slightly messed this up. Yes, I have. So you want the rope again with this kind of boat on this side. Here we go. So you don't want it going against this railing here, and then go in like that, feed it back through, and just perfect. And then we can hit the rope, get a good, so we don't want it obviously too tight, we'll give it a bit of slack, make sure the ball's floating, sort the ropes out, and then very simply tie off. Right. Get a few loops around. Again, you know, absolutely no expert in this, guys, at all. This is just the way I do it. I'll make it a little bit more neater. That's better. But you know, if it works for you, brilliant. If you've got your own way of doing it, let me know. You might have a better way, in fairness. Back, oh, we go. That's fine. And then I can just move that in there. Lovely. And then, very simply, all we need to do is then put the second line on. So undo the line. Make sure it's the other side of the rail. And then with this, again, because it's quite calm today, we can just pull this up a little bit. Probably can't see this on camera, but just feed that rope through the mooring bolt. Make sure that's in there. That job. Make sure the rope's on the outside of the rail. Bit of slack, and then once again, just very simply tie off. Around the cleat. And there you have it, that's not going anywhere. And we're on. That's pretty much it. Obviously, once we're on, we can switch the engine off and then just start packing up, putting everything away. And obviously the very last thing we do once we're in the dinghy, we'll come back around to the front of the boat, stick that safety chain on, and job's a good one. Again, I mentioned these clips for your fenders. You see here the rope really easily just fits for it, slides for your fenders, and you can just adjust them to whatever length you want and secure them in, clip onto your rails. Honestly, game changer. Just saves, I'm not the best with ropes, so it just saves a lot of time and effort of untying and tying your fenders back on. It's literally just clip and you're away. Right, so everything's packed away, ready to go, and we just need to go back onto the front of the boat, just attach that safety line before we make our way back to the jetty. So put the line, pull the boat up alongside. So again, basically in reverse, we just put ourselves to the front of the boat, just like we did last time, and then put my phone on the seat because I know what's going to happen. So the wind's picked up a little bit, so find the safety chain, so it's going to be just here. And all we want to do, just want to clip the safety chain onto the front. So that's one to, I don't know if the camera picked that up that well, but basically you've got the safety chain on the front of the boat. That's just a little fail safe, but as I say, I've never been in a situation where it's been needed, but as I say, it's there just in case. And we go back. Tide's picked up a little bit as well. Tie myself on. I'm not going anywhere, and we can start getting the dinghy fired up. There we go. Wow, the smoke from the two-stroke is different levels. You've got to love a two-stroke engine. So run through a little bit. Make sure it's nice and warm. I don't know how good the sound's going to be on here, but if you're wondering why I put this on, the gear shifter is just, I don't know, it's finished, and the only way to get good sort of leverage on it, attach a pair of pliers just to put it into forward and neutral. It's literally the only way I can pull this forward, so that's something that has to be looked at some point. Right, I'm happy with the engine, so phone. Let's pull ourselves up, get ourselves on side. Then we are away. Almost. Lovely job, little push away. The tide's gonna take us away from the boat anyway. The final thing that I like to do is just do a very quick 360 of the boat, making sure I've not sort of forgotten anything, left any windows open, everything's sort of tied up and attached where it needs to be. Fenders are out. I've done that before. I've just got to put the fenders out, so easily done. Quick 360, engines up, everything's looking good, ready for the next time to be used. So yeah, as I say, I'm no expert at all. Everyone's got their own way of doing this. This is just my way and the way that I find the easiest. So if it helps anyone out, fantastic. If you've got any, you know, if you do it differently or you think you do it a better way, let us know. Give me a shout, comments below, all that kind of stuff. As I say, look, I'm new to this game, so I am definitely winging this. But yeah, any boat owners out there, same boat, similar boat, similar style of mooring at a mooring ball, give us a shout, let us know sort of how you do it, or you know, if this helps, then brilliant. If not, then hey ho. But yeah, thanks very much guys, and yeah, see you at the next one.